Hi there, Prairie Plant Girl here. Today I'm just going to give you a really, hopefully very quick video about pinching out the tips on your dahlias. These are the dahlias, these are two of the dahlias anyways, of the Cafe au Lait that I planted up in an earlier video a couple weeks ago, I believe. And they have grown to the point now where I could pinch the tips out, and I have had a couple of questions about that. So I thought maybe it was time that I address that in a video. So come in a little bit closer and I'll show you what I need to do here. It's really easy. It could seem a little bit daunting, I know, but really not a big deal. Okay, so to make, the reason you pinch the tips, and I should tell you this, is just to make a bushier, fuller dahlia that should result in more blooms and just a little bit nicer looking plant. If you are growing your plant to show the blooms and you want really large blooms, then it's my understanding you wouldn't want to do this because you want the energy from the plant going into just a few blooms to make them larger. But most of us are just growing them just to be out in our landscape and just to be a really, full of blooms kind of plant where maybe we're going to want to, cut a few blooms for arrangements and things. So the more blooms, the better. When you're pinching your dahlia, it kind of depends on the size of plant that it's supposed to be in the end, but I don't think it really matters. But what they say is to look for, 4 to 6 leaves growing along each shoot before you would pinch. So this plant, as I understand it, this would count as one set of leaves here. They're a little bit stretched, so the lighting they're under isn't the best right now. So I'm just waiting till I have a bit more room once it warms up so I can get some of my plants out, and then I'll have more light for these guys. But so this would be one set of, like, one leaf this area here, one this area here, and then off to the side each of these has a leaf on it. So then in here there's more leaves starting to come out. So this one actually could have been pinched a while ago, but I'm not super fussy and I don't worry about it a whole lot. When I get to it, I get to it. But so this shoot would be ready to pinch. So you could take like some fine, smaller scissors, a fine pair of snips, or they're tender enough, you can just go in and take. So I'm going to take this, there's actually a few sets of leaves here, and I didn't need to go this, I didn't need to wait this long, but could go in here and just pinch that out. And that will encourage more branching out the sides, and like I said, will give you more bushiness in the end. Now, I don't know how well you can see here. There's another shoot coming up over on this side, so it has 1, 2 leaves, 1, 2 leaves. And there's just the tiniest little shoot. I don't even know if you can see it, just down in here. Now I would wait for this one to get a little bit bigger, and then when it starts to grow that next, once this little shoot here will turn into 2 sets of leaves, and then once it had its next little shoot like this, that's what I would pinch out. I would just go like that. There's another one here, so same thing. Once it got big enough, I would give a little pinch out of that shoot there. So this one is done for now. So this one, again, very leggy. So let's see how well you can see these here. So you have, this one has 1 leaf, 2, actually it starts down here. So 1 leaf on either side here, 1 leaf on other side here. This is just curled like this because of the way it was hitting the light it's under, and it kind of curled around. So 1 set of leaves, 2 sets of leaves, 3, so that's 6 leaves. So I just come in here with this shoot, just take my fingers, I just use my nails and just pinch that out. Okay. I have another one here. So there's leaf, 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 tiny little shoot. So I will let this get just a little bit bigger, and when it grows its next little shoot like this, I'll pinch it out. And then this one over here has 2 leaves, 3, 4 leaves, 5, 6 leaves. So I want to come in here to this little shoot here, Stick my fingers down kind of below where the leaves want to grow and get to the stem and just pinch it out. So there you can see I'm holding the very, very edge of the stem there. There's not much to it. There's a leaf, and there's another little part that would grow into more leaves there. That's really all there is to pinching out your dahlias. So you just come back and look at them, you know, and as the shoots grow, just keep giving them a pinch, and you'll start to see them bush out and get fuller. And like I said, that'll just provide you with a bigger, nicer plant in the end. Dahlias get really large, and that's another question I've had is how many can I plant out in a pot? And really, in my experience, you don't want more than one in a pot, and you want a big pot. Like the smallest size pot that I would really want to go with a dahlia grown from a tuber like this is like a 15-inch, what's that, like around a 45 centimeter across pot, and then at least that deep too. You want a big pot for dahlias. So they're a heavy feeder. I've put some slow release fertilizer on top of the soil here now that they've started to go into full growth mode. These ones here that have started to do that. And I'm making sure that they're staying, so their soil is staying damp. You don't want them to dry out completely. Dahlias do not want to ever have like a stop to their growth period. They always want to be getting, you know, ample water, ample feed throughout their growing life. So once they start to shoot and you're no longer worried about whether or not those tubers are going to rot under the ground, then you're good to start, you know, upping the water. Again, they don't want to be sopping wet. You don't want to have them soaked because the tubers could still rot, but you want to be making sure that they're getting watered. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully it cleared up any questions that you have. When you get to this point where your tubers that you started inside have started to grow and you're wondering what to do with them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye. I thought you might want to see how the rest of them are doing. I planted up 5 dahlia tubers a few weeks ago, and this is one of the ones that I just showed you in the video there. There's another one that's almost ready. Okay, and this right here is the other plant that I just showed pinching out. Here you can see the shoots are just starting to come up out of the soil there. And this one, there's no signs yet, but that doesn't mean there won't be. Could just be a little bit slower, or maybe it got, you know, planted a little bit deeper or something. So I'm not too worried about that yet. I'm sure it will still come out. And just while I'm showing you my dahlias, this is the pots. Remember I said I had kept some in some pots over winter, and I said I wasn't too worried about the shoots coming up, so I was just giving them a little bit of water, just enough to let them know that there's some moisture around. And you can see, like, I don't really clean these out too much when I put them away, but there's some little shoots just starting to come. So I'm gonna have to get some light. Here's in the back corner of my garage, but I'm gonna have to get some light. This one is Crazy Love. And this over here, I don't even have a tag in it. Here's the stems, old stems. And I see no signs of growth yet, but I'm sure there will be. I'll just give it some more time. And I'm sure we'll see something popping out of this one as well. I can't remember if this was a yellow one or Patches or another Crazy Love. Those are the 3 that I had, so it'll be a surprise for me, I guess.